I have no filter these days. Yeah, it's a fake way of bonding, really.
Quiet.
So,
Did not go well.
and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back that led to my total emotional breakdown. Thank you, Melissa, for listening to your intuition.
My mom being dead.
And Angie.
Just see you next time.
See you next time. Okay, let's go fast. 1, 2, 3.
Unquiet soul.
Okay.
Well, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. My fucking vape battery's low and it's irritating the shit out of me. And I'm starting my period any second. So, just a Monday. A Monday.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you're synced with the full moon, too.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
It's so good. I went earlier and I was spotting, so I was like, okay, that must be why I feel a little better today. Because yesterday was real high point for agitation.
That's the number one sign that I know my period is starting, because everything irritates the shit out of me. And I'm like, oh, my period's starting. Even like stupid stuff.
The dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so I made this Buffalo Ranch chicken dip on Saturday. None of us put it away that night. So my morning started with hearing Bryson go into the kitchen and say, "No one put the fucking dip up." I was pissed because I wanted to blame Brian or Bryson, but I was like, if you do that, you have to blame yourself too, because it was any one of our faults. Nobody put it
Yeah.
up. And so I was like, okay, fine. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Fine. So I get over that. Well, then I'm going to make it again. And I have about 3/4 of each ingredient. I don't have a full,
Yeah.
because I used most of this shit the night before. So
I've
I'm
been
like
there.
running around.
Yeah.
And it was one thing after another, pissing me the fuck off. Where I went into my bedroom to have a little mini cry tantrum about it. And I said, Melissa, do you really want the rest of your Sunday to be ruined over some fucking chicken dip?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I really don't, because I'm being a fucking psycho right now. And so I was like, yeah, we can do this. And I went, and there was a couple more agitation points, but the rest of my evening went great. You wouldn't know that like 2 hours of it was just nonstop, like, grrr. Everything else was great. So I was like, good job, sis. Good job. We did good.
Also, did he get the surgery on his hand, Bryson?
Huh? Yeah. He got it a month ago today, I think.
Oh, it's been that long?
I said the exact same thing. We were just talking about this last night, and he was asking, he's like, what day was that? And actually, it may not even be today. I think it was the 5th. So it hasn't even been a week or a month. It's been 4 weeks today, I think. But yeah, and I was like, God, is that it? That feels so long ago.
I'm somehow caught up in because when you're in grief, like the timeline is weird. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm somehow caught up in your grief timeline.
I know. Are you spending too much? It's like you got my period and my grief and, like all the things.
We're like synced in more ways than one.
Yes. Although I
I'm like,
wouldn't be
how has it
surprised
been a
anyway.
month?
No, I really was. It feels,
it.
it's crazy that, yeah.
Because I think what I just asked you was, did he even get the surgery yet? Like, that's how
Yeah.
off base I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah. A month ago almost. And
Oh, so that
his
means it's
hand,
better?
like, I mean, he still doesn't have like full function back yet, because the doctor said let the pain guide you in terms of what he can do with it. But I think he's probably back to 80%.
It's really good.
Yeah. So doing well. So how have you been?
Hey, I'm proud of myself, because I think this is my second week now of like giving myself more rest and like doing things to rejuvenate, which is not me at all. So this is a huge win.
I'm proud of you too.
Also, I haven't been feeling guilty about it. I think that's the bigger win. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
pointless if you make the time to do it and then you beat yourself up about it.
Uh-huh. So is your rest still looking like less of things on the weekend, less technology?
less technology, less work, less surfing, because even though that is a source of joy for me, like, I do get into a routine about it, and that can be kind of draining, if that makes sense. So
Absolutely, it
less
does.
less surfing, less working out,
Good.
um, although I need to start, like, running or something again to get the blood flowing. Because if I don't not work out too long, then I kind of get lazy and feel gross, so I mean,
100%. Well, and I
something
mean, your
that
energy levels just get worse and worse and worse the less you move. So
yeah.
I affirm that for sure because I definitely notice mine are getting better and better and better again. So ugh, there for a minute, I was not
It's
moving that
actually
much.
scary how easy it is to get out of the habit of exercising because it, like,
So
consumes
easy.
you. Yeah.
Yes, so easy. Yeah, especially like that used to happen a lot with running. I would always do this after a half marathon training cycle and then completing the half. I'd be like, I'm going to keep up with my running in between seasons so that I'm not starting from fucking square one again. And then the next week, I'll be like, I sure don't feel like doing that run. And I didn't do it. And then the next week, I'm
Yeah.
now having a harder time going and doing it. So then guess what? Next season would come, which is there's only like a 6-week break. And I'm over here like, well, I gotta start slow again, starting from the very beginning. I had one cycle where I kept up really well, did a bunch of like 10Ks in between and whatever, and got my fastest half then, but still.
I think there's a what's that called? Like a medium or like a fine balance because I used to run like 2 to 3 marathons a year, and my mentality was to, like, not slow down so that I could maintain, but I would not slow down. I would still be doing my 20-mile runs on the weekend. So then I would get injured. Yeah.
Yeah, injury is so real. Ugh. Just talking about this is giving me so many fucking flashbacks of running. I was so mean to myself with that shit. I was so
Oh,
fucking mean.
I
I
know.
used nothing but shit talk to get me through that shit.
Yeah,
Every
oh, yeah.
fucking run was shit talk.
Same, like the self-torture,
Yeah.
self-deprecation. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
that's why I look at people, Imma say it, Imma say it. That's why I look at people like David Goggins, not in a positive way, because 'cause I'm like, "Yeah, honey, you don't go destroy yourself physically if you love yourself very much. You can talk mindset all fucking day. Go ahead, David Goggins."
I 1 gazillion percent agree. I was actually on this podcast. It's like a mental health slash comedy podcast, but I
Yeah,
went all into, like, runners there's, like, socially acceptable ways to numb your feelings, and there's socially unacceptable ways. So some people do cocaine, watch porn, gamble, and some people run marathons. Like, and it's
girl,
socially
it's
acceptable
true.
to run marathon. It's absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone praises you. But you know what I equate it to? Being overweight and then doing the most unhealthy shit to lose weight and getting so much external validation for
Yeah,
it.
because you look good.
Yes, because on the outside, that's what's expected of you and whatever. And
Yeah.
so people just constant. I mean, I've told you about, me doing keto and a full blown fucking eating disorder with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was skinny as fuck. I sure
Well,
was. And everybody liked me better. Weird.
remember it was about, like, overweight people had, like, 30 days to lose weight, and they had, like, these psycho trainers. They basically
Biggest
starved and o
loser?
Yes, they basically
Yeah.
starved and overexercised. That show was so popular,
There's a
and it was
documentary
socially
about that show
acceptable.
now.
Oh, really? I would love to
Oh,
watch
yeah,
it because
bitch, watch it.
it's so toxic.
It is so toxic, and I was so a part of that culture. That's why, like, I really don't talk about weight loss on this show at all because there's too much harmful messaging around it, and I feel like people will find if they use the tools that we talk about all the fucking time, then when you get to a place of self-love, you'll organically find your way. shit, I'm still finding my way down that path, but you can't do it with any sort of shit talk or anything. It's got to come like, I love myself enough to take care of this vessel, but you
Yes.
don't get to shame yourself when you don't take care of the vessel. So it's a really tricky process, and
Mhm.
I'm on my path on it. Everybody's got their own individualized path on it, but that's why I'm like, okay, you got to do you in your own way for that, but the shit that people will say, it's just bizarre, and thin privilege is real. Like, you are treated much differently when you are thin than much differently. I've been in lots of different sizes of bodies, and the way I am treated is much different, even 20 pounds lighter than I am right now. It's very stupid, and when I was running, you get all this, "Oh my gosh, only a certain percentage of people do that and blah, 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 and I'm so proud of you." And I mean, yeah, if I had done any of that in a better way, fine. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can love the shit out of yourself and go fucking run when you're exhausted.
I know. I feel the same way. And this comes up because I've ran 16 marathons. And when I say that, people are like, oh, yeah, what motivated you? Now I just say the truth. I'm like, well, I was like addicted to hating myself. And so
Yeah,
I
I
ran
hated myself.
feelings. And people, and that
Mhm.
shuts them up immediately.
I know they're like, "Oh,
But it's
really?"
like, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's to me, running that many marathons in the mindset that I was is not an accomplishment at all.
No, no, not at all, because I can't tell you how many times, like, first of all, women, especially on the first day of their periods, you should not be doing any, like,
I know.
hardcore
I
shit.
I was better about that too during my rest period because my period started on Friday, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything today. I'm gonna honor my
Exactly.
cycle." And I very rarely do that, but that's what you should be doing.
Yes, absolutely, and I didn't. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was at the gym on leg day, or, because it's
Or
not just
even winners
running, you're
tell you
doing a
to
lot of
run
strength
through it.
training too. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
running right through it, and how awful I would feel. That should have been my sign, is that after every long run, the rest of the day I was in bed. I
yeah,
could not do anything other than that long run, and I should have understood. I wasn't like, there was so many things I should have done differently around that, but I wasn't, because all I cared about was accomplishing the thing. And it was all a way, because I came to running after my grandma died and I didn't know what to do with the anger. Like,
yeah,
the people
and
who
that
are
makes
like,
so much
exercise
sense.
is the only thing that makes me sane. There is truth to that. And I understand it is very good for your brain to get some movement, but I'm seeing way the opposite of what needs to be done. Movement can be a lot of things. You don't have to go beat the shit out of yourself in a
Yeah,
gym
because
or on the road.
same, because my run now it's actually 3.5 miles because there's like a canal that I run around, so that path just happens to be 3.5 miles. Honestly, if it were 3, I would be okay with 3, but it's just enough to,
Right.
like, get blood going and
Yeah. That's why I want to do 5Ks again, because I
yeah,
want to get into the community. I want to be able to do stuff with the kids, but
it
I
doesn't
do
need to
not want to
be
do all that.
insane. Or even in the gym, I used to lift so heavy, and actually what ended up happening, got a hernia, and
Damn, Dina.
I had to get surgery. That's how heavy I was lifting. I was insane. I was lifting as heavy as a lot of the men in my gym.
Like
Um,
300.
no, not like that heavy.
Oh.
Not like but like a lot of the men, I would be like, "Are you done with those? Because I need them." Uh, but,
I could just see you right now too, like, just eating that shit up. Just like, I mean, look at me. I'm so strong. God.
like,
I would have
after
done the
the
same.
hernia, I'm like, "It's just not worth it. I don't wanna have surgery again."
That's good to know, because I am trying to build muscle, because I mean, we gonna hit that menopause year
Yeah,
soon,
I feel like
so I
I'm
want to make
already
sure.
losing muscle.
I've been losing muscle, and then especially because I hurt this arm a few years ago. Um, it was stupid. I was using an old riding lawnmower, and I had never used a riding lawnmower at all. But this one was older, and it was hard to steer and stuff. And that tendon right there, it's not tennis elbow, it's the other elbow. I can't remember the other kind of tendonitis, but it will like hurt from here all the way down to my elbow. Like, even right now, it's a little tight because I haven't been working out. I used to love pickleball, and it really, like, affected being able to play that because it just hurts. But that caused a lot of muscle weakness, like, to where I stopped being able to open things, whatever,
Yeah.
and that's why I got back in the gym to begin with, because I was like, "Oh god, I'm getting really weak, like, really weak, and I do not like that, and I know that we're gonna lose that naturally."
I
So I was
know.
like, "Okay, I better start lifting some weights." But I will be more careful about how much I lift since you got a fucking
Yeah,
hernia.
just I mean, honestly, just don't go crazy, which
Yeah.
I think you're at the point in your life you're not going to anyway.
Yeah, no, you ain't gonna see nothing from me that's crazy because I mean, you gotta have the energy for that and, a self-hatred, I just don't.
If
I mean,
that's
that's
what I
what makes you push past pain is to be like, "Do
oh,
it, one more rep, pussy."
or, like, my whole thing was not doing less than what I had before. Like, I had that problem with running and
Yeah,
lifting weights. Like, it always had to be more, 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 and it's like, as a normal person with a full-time job, like, I'm not an Olympic athlete, like, I don't train 8 hours a day, I can't keep exceeding these goals, but I would drive
God,
myself crazy trying.
that's so true. Why we out here trying to be like Olympic athletes? Come
I
on
don't know, I
now.
was trying.
I know, I was too, but in the slowest way possible. Because I mean, the fastest I ever got was like a 9:20 mile, I think, but for me, that was really fast. I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
I'm so fast."
so I gave myself an asthma attack one time because when I would train for this is how psycho I was. When I would train for marathons, I 1 day a week, I would do a track workout.
Mhm.
And I would do, like, a few quarter-mile runs, a few half miles, and then the last one would be 1 mile. But again, I always wanted to beat my mile time. I got down to, like, 6.5, but I finished running, and I literally could not breathe. Like, I was, like, gasping for breath, and I couldn't breathe, and for whatever reason, this track was right next to a fire station. So I was like, "I need to go over there and, like, tell them
My
I need
god.
help." But, like, as I was going over there, I, like, started to be able to breathe again, but I was like, "I need to calm down because I'm gonna kill myself trying to beat this time." So
Oh my
I never ran faster than that again. I never even tried. I was like, "No, this is good."
the things we can do with self-hatred,
But it
my
was
god.
so scary because have you ever had an asthma attack? Like, I
No, I mean, I've had times where I was like, "Oh shit, I'm having trouble breathing," but
no, like, it feels like you
I've
get the
never had.
lungs knocked out of you, like, that kind of
No, I haven't because I think I lived in fear of that. Like, it took a while for me to even push myself because I was so afraid I'd have trouble breathing. Because, um, okay, so I had what my grandma called a touch of asthma as a baby, okay? And I don't know what that means, but
I was just gonna say, what does that mean?
I don't know. That's what she called it, a touch of asthma. That's why I always have to tell my medical providers that all my medical history is filtered through a white trash lens. So good luck. Um, but okay, so I did have a little, like a mild, we'll call it mild asthma, as a baby. And like I remember as a kid, I was raised in a house full of smoke. And so I remember as a kid them always like following along the track with the stethoscope. Um, I mean, once I quit smoking, pretty much most of that went away, but humidity doesn't matter what size I am, humidity will kick it up. Like cannot breathe. Now the heavier I am, the worse it is if it's humid, but I mean, I've never loved spring shit, like, running because like, I always did better in the winter stuff
Yeah.
because the cold, I could
Um,
breathe. So, but I was always afraid of not being able to breathe. Like, it took me a while to really push myself to try to get the sub 35K because I was so afraid I would, like, stop breathing. I did it one time in the summer, actually, at a 4th of July 5K and was chasing basically a friend of mine who was very fast, and I would just, like, tried my hardest to keep up with her, and I finally got a sub 30. But I did have a little trouble recovering from that, but I was like, "Okay, I didn't die. Definitely capable of this." So I would started to push myself a little bit more in the workouts, but I was terrified of it. So I really if I even started to feel like I couldn't breathe. Can you
see, I
hold
didn't
on a
know it till
second?
I stopped running because I
I
was
gotta go.
obviously breathing while I was running. Okay, okay.
Sorry. I thought I heard the puppy cry, but it was Danny, so I was like, "What the fuck?" It's too much chaos, and he's like, "Oh, my bad." Anyway, I don't remember what we are talking about.
Psycho workouts.
Oh, yes, yes, psycho workouts. The beauty
Oh,
of
and do you remember
self-hatred.
that one guy? He used to run, like, a marathon a day.
Um,
I don't
was that not David Goggins
no, he
before
was,
he
like,
started doing
no, he was pre-David Goggins.
I'm gonna Google really quick.
He was, like, the original Psycho.
This does sound familiar. Got a marathon a day. Fucking weirdo.
And he wrote a book, and he would talk about how he would, like, throw up, like, running
Oh
these
my god. Was it Gary McKee
maybe?
in 2022, a 365 streak of marathon running?
Okay, it's no, he was, like, early 2000s, like, he was, like, way ahead of the Psycho streak that's happening now.
I don't know. He's the only one coming up because he
Think of
did
it
it for a
later.
year. Yeah, I want to see. Because listen, who cares? I mean, that's the thing is that you may as I hate when those are the people who get paid to go be a fucking motivational
Yeah.
speaker. Cause I'm like, okay,
Also,
great. You ran a
back to
marathon.
David Goggins. Also, I heard, and I haven't fact checked this, but apparently, like, he has a daughter, but he's a deadbeat dad to her. So, yeah, to your point, it's like people are just looking at him like, oh, you're so muscular and this and that. But it's like, is he a good person? Like, why are we praising him?
Well, isn't it obvious? I feel like an asshole for saying this, but isn't it obvious that he's not that? I won't say he's not a good person. I will say he's not very enlightened.
Well, yeah, I think it's I mean, I can see right through his excessive exercise and see that
I
that's a
could even then, even because I didn't come across him until running. So the fucking runners love David Goggins. And so they'd be talking about him, and I'd be like, I don't know about that. And so I kind of started following him on Instagram. And the first time I heard him being like, pussy, I was like, I don't
yeah,
know about
even his, like,
that.
motivation, it's nothing groundbreaking or insightful.
Go talk to the power lifters. They do the same shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, not
Yeah.
all power lifters are assholes, whatever. But I mean, all of that shit in that little world is the same thing where okay, you hate yourself. Thank you, next.
Well
Right?
well, same thing with, like, bodybuilding and physique building. There's so many, like, eating
Those
like
motherfuckers hate
yeah,
themselves.
like, the eating disorders that go on in there. Oh my
Yeah, cuz I'll tell you, I have my Instagram used to be full of like the girls doing the bikini
yeah,
contest, the bodybuilders,
me
the
too.
runners, like my entire feed was all some beach body coaches, like it was very curated to weight loss. And these people like, yeah, all you gotta do is this and da 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 da. And I mean, shit, I was, real susceptible to the MLM world because I was like, oh my God, you can fix me. Okay. And then they weaponize personal development
Yeah.
and, make people narcissistic in their approach. And that's a whole separate beast. I mean, it's wild, like the ways we will harm ourselves and be praised for it.
Yeah, because the funny thing is, like, did you ever follow Pauline Nordine?
I know that name.
She's ripped as shit. And anyway, I'll go into more detail later, but I used to like I don't even know what the word is, but I used to idolize her. I think that's the
Yeah.
proper word for it. And like I would do her workout programs. She had this thing where because she to get six-pack abs, you basically have to starve yourself, right?
Yes,
But
girl.
you get hungry, so her way around that was just eating a shit ton of vegetables, which I did. I would eat 3 bags of broccoli a day to, like, fill up, which is just another form of an eating disorder, right?
Yes.
But, like, even after, like, because I was the same way for a long time, my whole feed was just, like, fitness people, and at one point, I got rid of, like, everyone but her because I was just so, like, team
You're like, not
Pauline.
her.
But then I started doing the inner work and started doing real personal development, and I was like, "Man, this is really fucked up," and I, like, unfollowed her.
Yes, girl. Well, I think I told you this. I told some of this recently. A friend of mine on that I've made through the podcasting world, posted on Instagram one day and was like, "Okay, but what y'all do to get yourself in the gym when you don't hate yourself anymore? How do you make yourself
Yeah, it's
go?" And I was like,
harder.
"Word, word," because I'm so good at being like, "Baby, you don't want to go, don't go.
I
That's
just
okay."
listen to your body.
Well, because here's where I'm at with it, and this probably just sounds like some manipulation on my part, but I'm like, okay, if you don't want to go, sitting here trying to decide to go, just my whole day will be taken up with should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Because I'm not going to talk shit to myself, but it's like, well, I really do want to go, but I don't feel like, oh, you know. And so I try not to resist whatever the natural inclination is, but I will try really hard if if my heart is saying like I really do want to go, but I just don't have the energy, then I'll try to do something that will give me energy and put me in a different space to where I'm like, "Ooh, I feel like working out now."
Yeah.
But the last day I did that was the day Jake died, so I just haven't had, you know what I mean? I've been like, I'll go when I wanna go. I
Yeah,
have been feeling better, 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 so, like, I think I wanna go, but then I haven't, so, I'm real
grief
good at
is
being like,
valid,
"And that's
though.
fine, and that's
Yeah.
fine."
Oh, and sometimes, like, this just happened a few weeks ago. It was the beginning of my rest period because, again, I fell into it because I was burning out. But one day I went to the gym, but I have one of those bumpy foam rollers that, like,
Yeah,
really get into your muscles. I just, like, stretched and did that. And I'm like, I don't have to, like, lift weights or do something at the gym. You can do recovery exercises too. So there's also
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, and really, even if I just went and walked on the damn treadmill, I would be so proud of myself
Yeah.
because I just need circulation. I can
And that's what I'm
feel
saying
that.
about, like, yeah, not doing anything can be a dangerous trap to fall into.
Absolutely, absolutely, and the energy levels at our age drop dramatically the second you stop using the energy.
Yeah.
You don't create as much either because why would you? You're not gonna expend it, and your body knows that. So, yeah, I've been, I'll say struggling, but it's not much of a struggle because it's like, "Am I going? No." And then I move right on. But I have been trying to, like, move around more in my house. Like, I mopped yesterday, which was quite an undertaking because I had not mopped since my sister came over to help clean, and because we had that snowstorm, everybody was tracking mud everywhere the whole time. I mean, I was using baby wipes here and there, but for the most part, I was just like, "Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it when the snow's gone." Well, the snow's not all the way gone yet, but it was enough to where I was like, we got to clean these floors," and it felt good. I moved. Like, I noticed when I went to bed last night, I was like, "Oh, I didn't take a nap today. Nice." I did feel tired, but I didn't take a nap, so I'm a good napper, Angie. I'll take a nap. That's the thing about me. I took a nap earlier.
I'm not a good napper.
So much. I don't like the way I feel when I'm done with them. That's why I try not to.
So, when I do take naps, I can't do the thing where I fall asleep, like, totally, because then I'll take, like, a 2-hour nap and wake up and feel like shit. I do the kind of, like, lucid sleep for, like, 20,
Mhm.
and that's perfect.
So that's what I actually did earlier. I set an alarm for 20 minutes. And I've done that a lot throughout my life, and I feel so much better than getting into an actual sleep,
Yeah.
and, yeah, I because 'cause I've been trying when Charlie gets up for school to not go back to sleep, but damn, I was tired. Like, could not keep my eyes open. Excuse me. So I did. I was like, I don't have that much longer till I have to, like, move around for this I had a recording right before this. And so I allowed myself 20 minutes, and I did feel like I didn't feel worse, and I was able to, like, keep my eyes open and whatever. So I'm just trying to build back slowly, like, habits?
Yeah. I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to
Any,
give yourself compassion for it's like, grief is
exactly.
exhausting.
It is. It really and it fucks with your sleep. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Is and also I have PMS. Like I'm very honoring my cycle. Like when my hormones are shifting, it affects my sleep. And then I stayed up late and had to get up at 6 with her and I'm fucking tired. So I'm going to take care of myself. I'm tired. But yeah, grief is weird because the exhaustion from it is sneaky and you don't even recognize it all the time. Like what is
Yeah.
wrong with me? And it's like, oh, I'm tired. Shit.
Yeah.
And I think I know that one of the reasons I am doing so well is that I refuse to do things that like drain me. A lot of things drain me, so I don't do them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I only do things that energize me. And so I feel really lucky to be in that position. And I mean, I'm just kinda existing on a wing and a prayer right now that, like, money gonna start flowing in and I'm still not gonna have to stress, because I'm not right now. But, like, stress, I think, is such a huge drain on your system because
Yeah.
so much of my energy was zapped even before Jake, stressing about him slash money all the time. And I was doing my best to work through that all the time too. That's why I was doing pretty well. It wasn't until relief came that I even recognized how drained but I can, like, tap into what I was feeling at that time, and, oh my god, my entire body was just contracted and bracing 24 hours a day. I mean, I
Mhm.
was constantly working on being in a good place and good energy and whatever, but it was work. Like, it's less work to cope with this grief than it was to deal with stress, and so I get afraid sometimes that, like, I'm gonna be back in that situation soon, because people did donate, like, a lot of money, above and beyond what was needed for his service, and so, like, I was able to pay all of my December and January bills, and so I didn't have to work like, I all of December like, the rest of December and January, were very like, "Oh, I don't have to stress, great." Um, and the money's not all the way gone, but it's like we're getting there,
Yeah.
but also, like, little bits of other money have been coming in from the work I do and whatever, but I did drop some clients because the ones that I dropped weren't doing it for me, and I don't wanna work with
Yeah.
people who aren't, like, 100% committed, because I need that energetic exchange to be able to do the work. Whenever I tried, I was agitated, I was pissed, resentful, and so I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop some people. I'm gonna have to drop some people," and I did. That felt good, but, like, the ramification of that could suck. I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's, like, super high integrity, though, because some people just take clients for the money.
Yeah, well, listen, if it didn't absolutely make me miserable, maybe I would, because I fucking like not stressing about money,
Yeah.
but I guess my whole thing is I kinda don't wanna have to go back to Uber Eats, um, so I'm just kinda believing that good things are coming and trying to promote my shit a little bit more,
Yeah.
um, but no, right now they're fine, so that's why I'm, like, just living in the, "Hey, I don't have to stress right now," and that feels so fucking good, like, to not stress. It's not like I'm rich, I'm not, but my bills are
Yeah.
paid, and I don't have to worry about.
Celebrate that.
Yes, it feels good. It feels really good. Um, so I put out a solo episode today, because I kept coming across this thought of, like, do your feelings, not just grief and pain, but, like, do your feelings need to be validated externally to be real? And, I really have been thinking about that a lot lately because mostly because I watched this TikTok, of, like, a lost mom talking about her loss, and somebody compared it to losing their dog,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Ah," and so, like, I've been stuck on that thought for, like, a week now, and, like, well, they're both upset about the same thing. The people saying, "Don't compare grief," because 'cause they've lost their dog, are
Yeah.
upset at this mom, and she's like, "The fuck? Don't compare grief." Like, because she's lost her child. And I'm like, "You're both upset about the same thing. What is this wound?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just the neglect wound." And so, I'm trying to figure out now other ways that maybe I have fought for validation or, like, the right to feel, and how much does that happen? Because if neglect has been one of my biggest wounds, then I know this is a thing, and I think too what's coming up for me as I say this is, like, the whole "you're too sensitive" thing.
Yeah.
And yes, it's very easy for me to pinpoint why that was so hurtful in childhood with the teasing. We've talked about that and how it's really just bullying. So of course it fucking hurts my feelings, you fucking asshole. But like, I don't know, I'm kind of, for a while I had so much shame around the fact that I was sensitive and tender to what people say. And more than that, I am reactive. It not always, I'm much less reactive than I used to be. I mean, I used to be reactive as a constant state. But like, I think this ideal of like, you're allowed to feel, I think it's resonating on a deeper level with me now. And like,
Mm.
maybe I'm not even going to shame myself for being a tender person who just gets my feelings hurt sometimes. And you know what I mean? Like over little things sometimes, and how I don't have to hate people for that the way I used to would have, because I didn't understand why I was the way I was. And so
Yeah.
I didn't know how to explain it, and I was tired of hearing I was too sensitive. And so I'll just push you away. That's my go to. And so, because I'm trying so hard to not start that pattern again, I'm really wanting to investigate like, where else am I doing this? And I think that's one of the things is like the fact that I want to be so enlightened that things don't hurt my feelings. Like, things are going to hurt my feelings, and that's okay.
Yeah, what's wrong with that though? What is wrong with having feelings? I feel like we live in a society where it's like not even okay to have feelings anymore. But and here's the
Agree.
other
But
thing,
it's like,
like
I
other
don't
people
know, I
don't
think
have
the
to
thought
agree with your
is
feelings.
I think that I think it's just a fear. It's that I'm too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't have feelings because I'm too much. I mean,
But
that's
that
where
feeling
the disconnect happens.
but that feeling comes from other people being like, "I can't handle your feelings, you're too much." And that's their problem, that's not yours. Someone else
Yeah.
doesn't have to agree or understand with how you feel.
Yeah. And I don't know if probably both actually, but I don't know if my lack of desire in having a conversation about something bothering me is because I'm afraid of their reaction, or because I just assume I'm too much, but I think it's both. I think I'm
Yeah,
telling myself
I
that
think
they'll
they're related.
respond a certain way so that I can protect myself from having the actual conversation. But things do hurt my feelings. Things that are silly. Sometimes it is silly, the stuff that like bothers me. It's like, why did you do that? Like, I just don't understand, like teasing in any form
Yeah,
fucking irritates my spirit on the deepest
me
level.
too.
And I feel like I've fucking told everyone that 100,000 fucking times. And yet it still happens sometimes. And I'm like, you're just making fun. I don't give a shit what it is you're making fun of. It's not funny. It's not funny to make fun of somebody.
But
I
I
mean,
think
I
it's one
can,
of
but I'm
those
going to cut
things.
it.
No, okay, yeah, like, I don't think it's weird or, like, something you should be embarrassed about. I get triggered when people just can't let me be me. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like, you have
Yes.
a certain preferences, and it's like, that's just how you are. So, I get really, like, defensive in those situations because it's like, this is, like, just the way I am, so take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Especially
And
when
the
it's,
thing
like,
is,
something you cannot change. If you say something to someone and it hurts their feelings, that's a different story because you can change your behaviors.
right.
That too, because I think also it could be like a developed thing maybe. Oh, like, what's wrong with that?
So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out.
I look at that as, like, cult mentality, because it's like, "Why aren't you like the rest of us?" Or, "Why aren't you like the group?" Or, "Why aren't you like XYZ?"
Ooh, that's such a good
You know what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
the only
and
reason
I
I
would
say that, my family is kind of like that. Like, "Well, why are
mhm.
you like" and it's like, "'Cause that's who I am. I don't need to be like everyone else."
Yeah, and you know what though? Okay. Okay. Let's take this further though.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how we project the same things we reject in others, right? We are that thing. How do you and I how have we how has that shown up in our lives before? How have you treated someone as an other because that's the way you felt? Because
Oh, I was looking
interest
at it in the way that I feel like I've gotten into toxic dynamics because I'm too compassionate for how people are, because I justify their behavior. "Oh, that's just how they are." Um, so
Oh, that
I'm
just
on
gave me that's why Brian is like that because
I think
he gives
I'm on
his
that extreme, and that's why I get triggered for people not accepting me.
yeah, that makes
But
perfect
both are,
sense.
too extreme.
Which I have done that same thing too. If I can really relate to something, I'll give it way too much of a pass.
Yeah.
Way too much. Um, but Brian, I think that's why he is so calm about other people's shit because he's like he's always felt different than everyone. And so as an other, you're kind of looking for the others.
Yeah.
And I will say this, that is one of the reasons I have always been very attracted to the quiet guy because it was a very empathetic and compassionate response. Like if they seemed uncomfortable in the social environment, I was laser focused on that because I was like, "Ooh, I hate when people feel uncomfortable." Like I want to, you know what I
Uh,
mean? But then it
yeah.
became a whole thing of me trying to fix them and me trying to,
Yeah, I know.
the way it goes, the way it goes. But I do wonder if I have how often I have treated people like an other without realizing it, if that's something that has really affected me, because I don't think that I could have not done that. If I reject that a lot in other people, there's no way I'm not projecting it a little bit too. And so I'm that's gonna be my homework is to figure out how I have treated people like others.
Yeah, like, so in a way, that's what I'm doing by getting pissed at people who don't accept people for who they are, because then they're the other in a weird,
Yeah.
twisted way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was
So
even shit, I was kinda doing that this morning actually, or it might have been yesterday. I do that a lot because I'll get real judgy about no, it was this morning. I'll get real judgy if because Brian, a lot of times because he's self-employed and his business is kind of a well-oiled machine, so he doesn't have to go in to do the physical work a lot. And so after Charlie goes to school, he will go to sleep like for a while. I found myself being judgy of that this morning, and I was like, I caught myself very quickly, but it was a real PMS type thought. But I was like, people who, and then blah, 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 which I love to do actually. So there, I
yeah.
love to put people as others because I'm like, people who, mm, and then I stopped myself because I was like, that's not gonna be very helpful for our day. But I put him in the other category a lot. That's not nice.
Yeah, but you're
So,
also
yeah.
around him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he works my last fucking nerve. That's what marriage
So
is. But
yeah,
I
like,
mean,
any behavior you have is gonna be directed toward him a lot.
for sure. But that's the thing that I'm constantly trying to figure out is like, okay, is it fair? Is what you're expecting here fair? And I mean, pretty much the answer is always going to be no if there's an expectation, right? And so I've been like, how can I exist and he exist and both of us matter equally? Like, because that whole fighting for fairness and justice and balance. that can really come into play sometimes. And so I'm like, no, but there's got to be a winner and a loser here. And clearly I win, right? Leo moon, I'm more important. So I think about that a lot where I'm like, okay, so the first step is nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We're just existing in this space. What's the next step? And it's always, okay, how can we work together about this? How can his needs matter just as much as mine and my needs matter just as much as his? And us actually go, okay, because this will happen like when I'm cleaning the house, like, and these motherfuckers never clean and blah, 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 blah. Overwhelmed. I don't want to do it. And so every time he could be actively cleaning right alongside me and I still hate him like the whole time. I'm just pissed because I don't want to know? And so I'm like, okay, what's the actual solution here? Understand that, this room is not going to be clean in 5 minutes and that you just need to like figure out a way to turn your brain off while you do this instead of fucking getting involved in this thought cycle. Like, what do you need to do? You need to listen to music. Do you need to listen to a podcast? Like, what do you need to get out of your head in this moment? Because it's not about him. It's
Yeah.
just about a thought spiral. So I that happens a lot, but I used to during those moments just be finding thousands of ways to put him in the other category. The way he just doesn't fit into my life
Yeah.
and maybe we're just not compatible and blah blah blah. And what is compatibility really? I mean,
Yeah.
we're perfect mirrors for one another, I'll tell you that much. I mean, it took me a while to figure that out, but we are. And so, yeah, I'm really glad that I just took a second to think about that because it does make me feel more compassionate about other people placing me in another category. And, it makes me feel less afraid too to be like, it feels like you're saying I'm another when you say that. And I recognize you don't see it that way, but that's how it feels. So please stop.
Yeah, or I feel like I would say, like, "Why does that bother you?" And being, like, caring for even more than a second. Okay. It will come up eventually.
Yeah. I mean, if it ever
Just
comes
give
up
me an
again, I'll
update
for
in, like,
sure say
9
it.
months
But
when it comes up
don't say
again.
that to me. I wonder if it would even bother me now. Like it's fine that it does, but like at what point it's to me it's an external validation thing. Like why do I need the validation? Like why does it bother me? Like it's fine that it does, but what is it what wound is it hitting? To me it's external validation. It's the neglect. It's not being seen. I'm too much.
I mean, I see what you're saying
Yeah.
because she's not accepting you for who you are.
Yeah. Well, it's just the making fun of it. You know? Like,
Yeah,
that's what it is, it's making fun.
I mean, I obviously think you're too sensitive, but I'm biased.
Well, thank you. How should we wrap it up?
Um, I don't know. I feel like we usually have, like, a natural evolution, but we don't here.
I mean, I think we kinda did in terms
Okay.
of some understandings
How
and,
about accept people for who they are?
yep, try not to put people in the other category.
Yeah, because 'cause we're all
Alright.
others.
Well, all others. We're all others. No, but we really are. We really
Yeah,
are. And it's okay to be different. But we're also our our otherness is what makes us all one, you know?
I know.
And I
Okay,
like to
that's
tap
a
into
perfect way to
oneness.
end it. Our
Yes,
otherness is what makes us all one.
perfect. Okay, I'll see you
Alright,
next week.
bye.
Hello. Before you go, make sure to check the show notes for all the links. You can join us on Patreon to get our weekly companion, The Unquiet Lowdown, and explore the other membership offers waiting for you there. And if you're enjoying the show, it means so much when you hit that follow button and give us a 5-star rating to help other souls find their way here.